Sorry, we were talking cum with
we were talking about nut.
our guest. Today is January. What was the actual date today?
The 8th.
This is January 16th.
I just wore the same hoodie that I wore last week.
Now we just wear the same shit.
Yeah.
Welcome our guest, Chris Warren.
Hey, everybody.
The king of Connecticut.
How y'all doing?
The champ.
I heard that Connecticut pizza is very good.
It is. It's like people in Connecticut hold on to it really tight because it's all we have. It's like, no, we have the best pizza. Like Brooklyn, New Jersey, don't even know about. And then you like come to Brooklyn and get some good pizza. Like this is probably just as good as the pizza in New Haven. Like I don't know why
I don't know how good
good
pizza can really be.
Yeah, there's good pizza all over the Northeast.
Right.
Like, it's like
everything in pizza is so good.
Yeah.
Right? The cheese, the sauce, the bread.
Yeah. The difference is like you said, the Northeast is like our water is better.
Is that what it is?
It's the water.
Yeah, it's something with the water and the dough.
So like there's a pizza place in Florida. They have their water shipped from New York.
That's too much. How much do you think they charge?
It's probably a lot,
right?
But they probably make good money because
it's the only good pizza in the whole state.
It's probably like the only good pizza in Florida. It's a novelty. New Yorkers go to like, oh yeah, this reminds me of home.
This is my New York pizza.
Yeah.
I've always heard pizza out of state is bad. And I was like, that's just like some bullshit pride stuff. And then I had pizza in Colorado.
Oh, it's awful.
And
right?
it was like genuine. Like I'm not trying to be a snob, but this is just like little
it's dog shit.
Yeah. This is unedible. And everyone's like, oh, this is the best pizza spot in Denver. You gotta try it. And I'm just like, how do you fuck this up? It's like 3 ingredients.
Yeah, it's literally
because they're farm
dough,
folk. They do burgers,
meat, cheese. That's it.
Do burgers.
I had some
Colorado
good steak out there. Yeah, they had some good.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm sure they have great steak.
Yeah.
Like Texas has great steak and tacos.
Yeah.
They're known for their tacos.
They do have good tacos.
You been to Texas?
I have.
Yeah. The Austin scene?
I went there for like a week, and I was like, everyone who's moving here is making a mistake. And then I went home.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
All right. So like you don't agree with the follow Joe Rogan to Austin
I
trend.
don't. It's just like not a very pleasant city in general. Like I would never want to live there, just like quality of life wise. And the 1 week I was there, I was like, this place sucks. And then it's like you think about it, it's just like I feel like for comedy, eventually you're gonna have to move to New York or LA anyway if you really want to. Because like how many people are in Austin? It's like 1 million,
yeah,
1.5 million
well,
in the area.
people are doing that, I guess, thinking, well, I'll be closer to these famous people. They'll be more accessible to me.
That don't mean shit.
But there's also like if that's I agree with that. That doesn't mean shit. But also if you're looking for like the famous comedians, like all the best comedians in the world are like here in New York or they're over in LA. Like even Boston's probably got more famous comedians than like Austin, Philly.
Sure.
Yeah.
No, you're right. I'm
Atlanta, Chicago. It's kind of like the 9th choice in like where I would move for comedy.
Yeah, I don't want to be the Chicago comedian. You know, like you want to like.
Although I'm not gonna lie, like as I get older, I'm just like I don't know. Like if I have kids, how do am I gonna be able to sustain having kids living in New York still? Rent is getting expensive. Mortgages are expensive. Like where my girlfriend's from in Ohio, like it's very inexpensive. And I could go to
move
Ohio,
to New Jersey, bro.
But I could be the best comic in Ohio in like 6 months.
All right.
I'm just saying this. I could see.
That sounds worse than quitting.
You're gonna get a lot of hate mail from people in Cincinnati. Like, have you ever seen Joe? Whatever, he can take anyone in New York. You guys are all snobs.
Like,
I did a show in Akron with I took Angela Sharp.
Yeah,
I took her with me, and we were co-headlining it. And fucking the guy who was doing the show, he put up like 6 comics ahead of us.
Hell yeah.
And we were supposed to do...
Get the audience nice and warm.
I
mean, they all did 10, and then me and her were supposed to do 30 each.
That's a long show. God damn.
Yeah, and for Ohio comics, you guys stink. 10's a lot. 10's a lot.
Yeah.
So there was an hour long of, like, jokes about my wife sucks and I don't like doing my homework because there was, like, one kid.
Yeah.
The novelty kid in NSC.
Yeah, the novelty kid, the novelty mom, the bald guy, and the one not white guy,
the retired lady.
Retired lady, yeah. It's all of the characters that we all despise, you know. And those are like the main comedians.
I was in Columbus, and there was. The whole I shouldn't talk shit. I don't know if they watch this or they probably won't.
Fuck them. They can't read.
You're like your biggest fan. They like every Instagram post. You're like, why would you say that?
Fuck them. They're butter people.
Dude, I went down there. Dude, I went down there and they were like, they were like, yeah, how much time you want to do? I was like, listen, don't let me go nuts. Because it'll be good, and then it won't.
I tell him I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
'Cause I did the same show with Jerry Martinez, and we did 40 apiece. We should not have.
Yeah. There was one guy who I was like, you don't belong here. You should move to. You look like you from Brooklyn. Get out of here. Like you're wasting your life here. But the rest were like, yeah. It was like you said,
Yeah.
the non-white guy. Like I went up, and I expected to be the only black guy there, and then I went up and like I throw the N-word around like crazy, and then like I could tell the next black guy that went
He
up
likes to say it.
love it. It's my favorite thing.
Like how you also called it the N-word. You didn't even.
Yeah,
like I say it so much, I'm not even gonna.
Yeah,
say it.
He likes to enjoy it.
Yeah, it's like a good wine, like so I could tell
You
that
check out the legs. Yeah.
just
Look at the legs on that. Oh, there is an extra bone.
like there was I could tell the only other black guy, like when he went up, like once I cracked it open, I started saying the N-word a bunch. He was like, "Here's my chance, black guy from Ohio. I'm gonna say it a bunch." But like, it was like, and it felt weird when he said it. I was like, "Oh, don't do that." Don't do that.
No.
I told him straight up. I was like, I'm from a place where like Puerto Ricans say it, like Asians say it, like people just say it. It's
Well,
like,
Asians they can race cars,
yeah,
so they get to say it.
yeah,
Right.
No, the weird one I always find is like I know like a lot of Indian dudes, and they'll say it.
Yeah.
And like it's not my place as a white guy to tell other people they
No,
can't
you
say the
should.
N-word. But
Interject.
like when like Indian dudes are just throwing it around, I'm like I don't know if you're allowed to like.
Yeah, no,
dude.
you're not
Like, it
street
just
enough. You're
feels-
good in school.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It feels that's not.
yeah. If you get good grades, you are not allowed to say the N-word.
That's I
It's
think.
like you're in law school.
yeah,
what are
you don't
doing?
you don't have cred.
Dude, I've been on the train, on the subway.
Sorry,
whatever.
Gupta, you're done.
Yeah. I've been on like the subway and I hear these like young Indian kids say, I'm like, all right, Gurwinder, like you're not allowed.
Wait, can you say it in their accent?
How would that even?
In an Indian accent?
Give me a sentence. I'm like.
All right, I'll give you a sense with the N-word.
This is how I get him. guys.
It's gonna be the solo podcast after this.
That's been Stan's plan the
Yeah,
entire
yeah,
time. We're
just like trying to
30-something episodes, and he's like, finally, he's going to say it.
Ugh.
I've been towing the line since the first one.
For the 100th episode, you should.
That's-
You should
yeah,
just
that's-
say
yeah.
it with a hard R.
Yeah.
We'll put
Yeah.
like a big Confederate flag behind you. I think it'd be a nice like anniversary.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah.
No, I'll do that when Trump comes back.
You're dressed
2020.
as Robert E.
2024.
Lee.
2024.
We're winning again.
Like in any, because I feel like I could say it obviously, but like I feel like the racist part is me doing the accent.
Yeah, it is. But black people can be racist.
Are we? Are we allowed?
You're allowed to be.
Okay.
Only white people can't
He's
really
like, get
be
out
racist.
of my store, nigga. Like shit like that.
Oh, that's
Like,
good.
Yeah.
I like
Pretty
that.
solid.
Like I don't. That's how they sound though. I'm just like, don't.
You ever
don't
see
do
the
that.
Waka Flocka Flame music video?
Which
where he thinks Waka Flocka is like robbing the deli. And he goes, I feel sorry for your mama, man.
Well, that's a reference to Menace to Society.
Is that what that's from?
Yeah.
'Cause I saw Waka Flocka do it, and I was like, that's
Yeah.
very funny.
Menace to Society, great movie.
Classic film.
It's there's a part where it's Koreans that own the store,
Oh.
and the Korean guy says, "I feel sorry for your mother," and then I think
And
he
he
shoots
shoots the
her?
shit out of him?
I think he shoots her.
Damn.
Good movie though.
Damn. Anything with people shooting each other
Yeah.
is good.
I'm glad you brought up Trump.
Yeah. Why, you got some Trump news?
The Kevin McCarthy thing. Have you guys? They finally picked him, right, to be the speaker.
I don't.
Tell me what you're
follow
talking about.
politics.
So like,
I'm
I
not a
don't-
political guy.
I know nothing about it.
Oh,
I know
good.
very
I'm glad you
little.
brought it up.
But this is what I do know is like they were. I guess whoever the speaker was like stepped down. I don't know. They're not the speaker anymore. So they had to vote for a new speaker. And then this Kevin McCarthy, was like the front runner to become the new guy. But you still got to vote him in. But like the far right Republicans, they're like they don't like him. So they were purposely not voting for him, like that.
What's their issue with him?
I don't know. I just think that maybe they don't think he's far right enough.
Okay.
He's
But-
not conservative enough.
Right. So like,
I think an ally would be good. Someone
Yeah.
to bridge the gap.
sure.
He's like, no, I think we should force abortions on people.
Yeah.
But also, if there's gay marriage, there's going to be less abortions.
Right. That's a good point. I don't know why people don't say that more often. But like,
I'm running.
There's a strong gay Republican contingent.
yeah.
Yeah.
They have to exist.
They call them log cabin Republicans, like a real thing.
Log cabin?
Yeah, because the whole thing is like people theorize that Abraham Lincoln was gay.
No.
You've never heard this?
No.
No. So in Abraham Lincoln's youth, like his early
7 men ago.
he lived in like the wilderness with like his best friend, and there was like they shared a bed in this cabin because it was like rustic, and then they would send like letters back and forth. Like after he became president, when you read them, people are like, oh, this is just how people talked back then. But you read them like, this is a fucking love letter. Like this
Holy
is nuts.
shit.
Yeah.
Abraham Lincoln?
Yeah. So they
That's
call
crazy.
him log cabin Republicans because he was a Republican. They're Republicans.
That is so fucking funny. Oh my god.
My dad's a log cabin Republican.
Your dad's gay?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Wow.
Back-to-back guests with gay dads.
It'll make you strong for
Yeah.
comedy.
Yeah.
For sure. Is that like, did you get made fun of a lot when that happened? Do kids know?
So he didn't really like come out till I was like 19.
Okay.
Oh, so you're
we
like
all
out
had
of
our,
school.
like suspicions.
Did you know?
But like,
Yeah.
I had like an idea, but it was one of those things like I repressed. Like he repressed his homosexuality.
Was it like an affair kind of thing that he was like having on the side, or is it just like
Yeah. No,
oh
he
yeah?
was fucking dudes.
Fuck.
Hell yeah.
Good looking guy.
I
your
think
dad?
that's okay.
No,
ugly. You got an ugly dad?
I got an ugly dad. I had a really hot mom though.
Oh yeah.
So like between the two of them, like I kind of just came out average.
How'd she take it?
Not well.
I could imagine.
She's very upset,
She did
but-
not handle it very well.
Yeah.
Was she name calling?
No, she was just like kind of devastated.
Yeah, I could imagine.
Okay.
I could
You know,
imagine.
just sunk into alcoholism for
Oof.
many years.
Yeah.
Oh, that'll do it.
She's sober now though. She's
good
doing
now?
Yeah.
Is she
Alright.
is she dating?
Yeah. She's got a
Dating a
boyfriend.
chick.
Yeah.
He's a
Dating
cool
chick?
guy.
I don't know.
That'd be funny.
He's a cool guy.
Yeah?
He's like kind of like on the spectrum-y, and
Yeah.
he just builds Lego sets. So whenever I go to visit, just this 65-year-old man.
Playing with Legos?
Like when I went to Thanksgiving, I was just like, "Hey Roy, how you doing?" And he was like, "I built a new Lego set. You want to see it?" And I was like, "Fuck yeah, I do, dude."
Your mom's dating John Fox, bro. I don't know. That's what it sounds like.
He's a cool guy though.
I like the idea that you humor your autistic stepdad.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, Roy. Good job.
He showed
Yeah.
me he's got like train Legos now, and he's like, "I got this new kit where I can put lights in the trains." And I'm like, "This is
just
a little too on the
Tussle
nose."
his hair.
Wow. Great
so
job,
funny.
pal.
Yeah. You get him a Lego set for Christmas. He's like, oh, this is great.
But no, I like him because he's got an Instagram account only to follow me, and he likes everything I post and likes all my stories, and will
Can
send
I
me
tell
nice
you-
messages like, "You're doing so great. Your mother and I are so proud of you." And I'm like,
Aw.
"He's the man, dude. He's
God
nice.
damn.
Nice.
That's
Yeah,
all I
he's a
ever
good-
wanted.
He's a good dude.
That's all I ever wanted. God damn.
Yeah,
That's-
just a weird supporter. Well, that's actually, at least he's like immediate to you.
Yeah.
Because like I have my dad's girlfriend's brother-in-law
Okay.
follows me on everything and like will like
your
everything and
dad's
send me messages.
girlfriend's brother-in-law?
Yeah. They're not married.
Oh, okay,
Girlfriend.
okay.
Okay.
So this guy will just like mess me. I'm like, I never even know who this guy is. He'll come up to me like at the very, very few times I go and visit and like go to like a party for them or something. This guy will be like, "Oh, I like that video," and I'm like, "Who are you?" But he's just a big supporter.
Listen, you
Hey,
gotta
you gotta take your support where you can.
Exactly.
No,
exactly.
I would say I always forget his face every time. I wait to get the compliment, and I'm like, "You're the guy."
You're the guy.
Yeah.
a
Good
few
looking out.
a few
Yeah, you're
years
that
ago.
kind of distant relative guy.
No
Not
blood
really.
relation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A few years ago, there was a guy. I don't know how he found me on Instagram, but he like started liking all my videos and DMing me. Like, and I could tell he was like a little bit weird. And he sent me his address. He was like, "Can you send me a Christmas card?" And I was like, "I'm going to block this person."
That's
it
not
was
how Christmas cards work.
yeah.
You don't
you don't
request a
request a
Christmas
Christmas
card.
card.
You earned the Christmas.
Like he
card.
sent me his address and I Google searched it and it was like, I don't know if this is a real place. Like it was like somewhere in California, and I was like, all right, man. And like every time he would like, I wish I
Oh,
could.
so he didn't even like see you out in real life and get
No.
too attached. Like this is
I
some random
don't know
dude.
how he came across my.
I thought maybe he saw you at a show once
No.
and just got like really
I have a guy
excited.
from Georgia that's like that. He keeps
Really?
he keeps commenting, asking me to come to Atlanta, and I'm like, no,
That's fucking
You
weird,
should. You
dude.
could stay with him, dude. Save on.
no.
the
He's like,
travel
me and my
costs.
wife love you, and I'm like, all right,
Go swing with this guy and his wife. Dude.
yeah, I might.
That's
You could
probably
be
what
a
it is.
bull, bro. You could be like
I'll,
you could
I'll
be,
bull it up.
yeah. I would be a bull.
I could bull.
Somebody once asked me to be a bull.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
That's
Well,
flattering.
When I was like 19, I was working at Suncoast. I don't know if you guys know what Suncoast is.
No.
It's like remember Sam Goody?
No.
I don't know what that is either.
Oh God, I am old. Fuck. Okay.
How old are you?
38.
That's not that old.
Well, it's old enough.
You
I guess.
paused.
I think it's gonna be fine, man.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not that old. You might as well go in. That's okay.
So all right, so Sam Goody used to be a place you could buy like they used to sell like CDs, vinyls, and like instruments.
Okay.
Suncoast was an offshoot of Sam Goody where they sold DVDs, like sometimes video equipment and like really niche like entertainment stuff. So I worked at Sam Goody in Long Island, and
Getting cozy.
yeah, get in there. So one time I'm like, organizing shows, and this guy came up to me, older dude, and he's like, he asked me for something. He was like, my daughter's looking for. She likes Johnny Depp. Can you name some Johnny Depp movies that are good? And I rattle off.
Secret Window.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be autistic about Johnny Depp movies for a
Yeah.
second.
I was like,
Donnie Darko. Wait, that's not that one.
Donnie Brasco.
Donnie Brasco.
Yeah. So I rattled off a list of Johnny Depp movies. Oh man, he was like, thanks so much, that was great.
like that.
He's like, how much money do you make here? And I was like, what? He was like, it's minimum wage, bro. Like I don't make shit. And he's like, oh no, you should, if you want to make some extra money, you could. Actually, this is perfect. He offered to pay me to fuck his wife and his friends' wives in Connecticut.
So you get multiple. What town is this?
It was. I remember Googling it. It was far. It was like not like the edge of like from here
It's
to
just like up north somewhere.
maybe name some towns.
There's a lot. We got like 120
Yeah.
of them.
It wasn't Bridgeport. Bridgeport I feel like was close enough.
I had sex with a girl in Bridgeport.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Good.
You
I had
should've-
sex with a girl in Long
you
Island
should've
first,
come
and then she
say
moved to
hi.
Bridgeport.
I was right down the road, dude.
Right?
I was on the block. I was
Yeah.
probably back
Oh,
when I
yeah.
was still smoking crack.
Maybe you know
We
her.
hung out, dude.
I'm sorry.
I'll give you her name.
You were smoking crack?
I was freebasing cocaine. We call
Woo!
it when you're white, but it's the same fucking
I
thing.
knew I liked you.
It's the same fucking thing.
Yeah.
That's pretty sick.
You were like Pookie from New Jack City, man. I love that shit. Just sucking that glass dick.
Are you still partaking in the
Oh
drugs?
no, I've been sober and clean like 10 months now.
Hell yeah,
Working a
dude.
strong program.
Nice.
Yeah.
10 steps?
Woo!
Yeah,
12
well,
steps?
12 steps.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in an AA,
Okay.
being a good boy. Got a sponsor.
Nice.
Yeah.
My cousin was in AA and NA. He was in rehab in New Hampshire, and one time they asked us, like, it was like a family weekend. It was like the first. Did you go to rehab?
No, I didn't go to rehab. I just like stopped taking Xanax cold turkey and stopped drinking and just had like the shakes for 3
Wouldn't
days.
that like hurt you?
It didn't feel good. It wasn't
Yeah.
fun.
Strong man right there.
And then
You're like
I just,
that
and I
DiCaprio in that
started
scene.
going to meetings, and that was it.
What was the Basketball Diaries you talking about?
Yeah, you're like DiCaprio in the Basketball Diary. You ever see that movie?
No,
Great junkie movie,
Great
dude.
movie.
I gotta watch it.
Yeah.
Because all that happened to me was like I was just going through a hard time. So like was bottom out. Like I started like just leaning on drinking and drugs more, and then I like kind of started being like a problem out in comedy. Mm-hmm. And
It is a problem.
yeah,
Yeah.
like
You gotta like
just- I was-
actively go like, all right, not tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just like not showing. I was just like saying no to stuff and like not writing, not doing anything. And like 2 comics who are in the program just like pulled me aside, like, "Hey man, you're gonna like fuck it all up. Like things are kind of starting to work out for you. You should probably like take this more seriously and get sober." And that was the only. If it wasn't for comedy, I would have kept going. But it was just like, all right,
Yeah.
this is enough to.
That's
to
some
quit.
good friends.
No, they're good guys.
Because like I feel like New York comedy friends wouldn't do that for you.
They would have actively bought you crack.
Yeah.
They'd have been
They're
like,
like,
no,
nah,
stay
he's
out of
gonna
the
be
game.
out of the way now.
Yeah, that's one less guy at the mic. That's
this guy.
yeah, one less guy to worry about doing bits that I'm doing.
That's sad. I don't understand why people are so like
competitive,
that.
man. It's
Yeah,
just-
but like you just do your best. Why you
Yeah.
gotta wish on other people's downfall?
Yeah, that's
Because now I
yeah.
don't have to be as good.
Yeah, it's less work.
And this is the greater.
But
you
I
that I'm talking
want to
about.
get better. So if I'm only getting stuff because better people aren't around, then that's not something I'm
I
really
agree.
looking at. It's not
I
gonna make
agree.
me
Yeah,
better.
no,
But that's definitely
you're
a
right.
mindset. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's definitely a mindset that people have.
That's why I try to get out of Connecticut and get to New York and Boston as much as possible
Yeah.
because I want to be around people like, it's
They
like
just
you never
wanna
want to be the
succeed.
funniest person
exactly.
in the room. That's not going to make you better.
Exactly. You always
no.
like you always gotta challenge yourself.
Yeah.
to-
So I
to-
could play it safe and just like hang out in Bridgeport and like do bar shows. And be like, "Pff, I'm funny to all these
Yeah.
people.
Yeah, well then you could graduate to
But then
being
it's
like,
like,
a
what am I
catering
gonna,
hall
you know-
guy or something
Yeah.
like that, you know?
or even cruises. You could do cruises, but like at some point
Cruises
you
you
do.
can't do.
I know-
I
I know
met a
some
guy
people
that
who
did
do
cruises. At he used to come. You came to the show at in Jersey City, right? I know you did.
I believe so.
Brightside.
Yeah, at Brightside Tavern, and there was this old dude that would come by, like with like his daughter, and this old British dude, and he goes, "I live across the street from the Comedy Cellar, but I've done cruise ships for 20 years." And you're like, "Do you ever do the Cellar?" And he's like, "No. But I knew Rodney Dangerfield." I'm like, "You're a loser." I don't want to hear anything from
That's,
this guy.
that's what I want my comedy credits in 20 years is I was kind of friends with someone that is much more famous as does not return my calls anymore.
Yeah, yeah.
Right, who's now dead.
Who's now also dead.
Yeah.
Right.
So he can't call me out on us not being that close.
Right.
Right,
yeah,
right.
Yeah.
But Norwegian Cruise Lines calls me all the time.
Hey, look.
There's
at some
money
point,
in those cruise lines. It's a
You
trap.
make good money, but you're on a boat for like 3 months.
Yeah, no, you can't do
No, it's
anything
not- it's
else.
not that
It's
long.
bad for your career.
It is that long.
It's like 3 weeks max, right?
No,
Is
but
it?
then you get off for like maybe a week and then you go
Oh,
back because
yeah,
you have a
yeah, yeah,
contract. So
yeah,
you
yeah.
just like
Yeah.
most of the year you're on a cruise ship.
Yeah, like you could.
Right.
I would do. I mean, I would do it, but like I would maybe do it once a year max. Because yeah, like you said, like you do it, you're stuck.
Yeah, but you
Well, no,
can't. That's
because
your
it's like
contract.
you make good money. So it's like if your only goal is like I don't want to have a day job, I just want comedy to be my day job.
Yeah.
That might be a good lane for someone who wants.
But
to,
then that's what you're
You're not
doing, yeah?
advancing your career.
Yeah.
Like no club is going to be like, yeah, I did Carnival Cruise and like give this man an audition.
Right, yeah,
Like you know,
yeah.
that's
Right.
you're not going to get a Netflix.
You
special
gotta
doing
hope that like you make a bunch of fans on that boat, and they're
Yeah.
not gonna.
You might
No.
though, because if they're all partying and they're having fun, they think you're funny, go hang out with them at the open bar afterwards. You could maybe get a lot of
Right.
followers, get
Sure.
like 20, 30K followers, and then you can leverage that
Yeah,
into something.
Maybe
That
yeah,
happens,
yeah, that's a
you
good
know?
point. But a lot of people that go on cruises probably aren't like they don't have a huge online presence. They're not like
They're usually older guys.
yeah,
Yeah, it's usually older, family based.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a
Yeah,
little
yeah.
cleaner.
Yeah,
Like their
and
dirty
then-
joke is like, hey, you know, when your wife won't have sex with you, everyone's like, ah.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah.
That's their dirty joke.
That's the 9 p.m. joke.
Yeah.
Like
We
don't do that
do
at the
this.
7.
Yeah.
no. 7. You're talking about the food.
Right.
You're talking about how the crab cakes. You guys try the crab cakes?
Right, and also
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd want to be the guy who's getting bothered at the buffet because you saw me last night.
I would
Yeah.
love that.
yeah.
I would love that.
Like-
I'd never want to be alone with my thoughts. If random strangers could come up to me and be like, hey, I like you, I'd be like, cool, you want to get dinner? What are you doing after this? Let's hang.
Oh
You
yeah.
want to just come like watch old movies in my apartment,
Yeah.
stranger?
No, yeah, like
I do like cruises though.
I forgot who talked about it. Dean Edwards would do them, and he talked about like they it's like 30K.
It's pretty good.
If you did that and you could get like enough, because there's like if you did that for like 6 months,
Yeah.
and you made like maybe like whatever it is, like
60, 70K,
70K, and then you took the other 6 months to live off that money and
Yeah.
invest in yourself and just really go after comedy, maybe go travel, do
Yeah.
some road work, like
Yeah,
then
write
you
some
could
shit.
really do like maybe like 2 years worth of work that you would normally do if you had a day job in that 6 months if you really like planned it out and did it right. So
Mm-hmm. That's
it
true.
could,
You
it
could
could
do
pay
some
off.
really well produced shows and well produced.
Because if you have money, you can.
Oh, are you talking?
I don't.
Okay.
Well, no, you can throw money at like, you know, all that stuff. Your social
Yeah,
media
well-produced
presence,
podcast,
a
a really well-done
podcast,
show.
doing
Yeah.
shows,
Yeah.
advertising.
Yeah, and then you
getting
do
an
kind of like
agent.
a season
Yeah,
because then you go back to your cruise ship.
Yeah.
So it could work. You could make good money doing it.
you could do it, but I wouldn't want to do it. Also, the
It's
one thing.
the reputation that cruise comics have, though. It just
Everyone
ruins
You're a
it.
hack.
side eyes you.
Yeah,
They're like,
yeah.
oh, cruise
It's
ship
like,
guy.
Yeah, exactly. And like, imagine you did like a whole year of cruise ships, and then like you come back to like the comedy club that like you're past at,
Yeah.
and you're
No one's
like,
gonna look at you the same.
yeah, no, we're like, I know what you're gonna do.
I also think because you have to work with such weird parameters. Like I'm sure they have all these things. You can't talk about this. You can't talk about this.
Yeah.
People are on vacation. You don't want.
It's similar
you
to
come
college.
back weaker, I'd imagine.
Yeah,
You know.
it's similar to NACA where like you have to have
Yeah.
a very specific kind of hour.
But I feel like you could do that. NACA's more respected.
Yeah,
in
yeah,
the
no,
community.
that
No, it is,
No
but, like-
one's gonna bother you about being in that circuit,
Right.
I think
But, yeah.
getting in that circuit though, you have to like neuter yourself so much
Yeah.
with what's acceptable.
Yeah.
You know,
Who was it that got in trouble? Was it Nimesh?
I feel like a lot of people have
Like-
gotten in trouble.
Lately, yeah. Now that's why there's like a lot of like famous-ish people that just don't do college
Yeah.
anymore. Colleges can't book comics.
Yeah. Because I mean, younger people are getting more and more. I guess they're more
They're sensitive.
sensitive.
Sensitive,
Yeah, sensitive
yeah.
is the right word. Yeah. But like
We could say
there
more
was
enlightened if we wanted to be.
maybe
No,
Generous.
no, you're
Well,
wrong.
yeah. There was that guy that did that cruise ship, and apparently he said the N word, and like people
yeah?
got real mad. I forget his name.
People got in the lifeboats and like I want out.
yeah,
off this boat.
they didn't give
Wow.
him one. He was like, not you. I mean, for 30K, I mean, I would definitely consider it.
I don't know. I have like a decent day job, so like
Yeah.
the money aspect of comedy, like because I'm also not like materialistic. So once my bills are paid, I can travel for comedy.
Yeah.
I don't really like. There's only a certain amount of money I need to make a year, and past that, it's like nice to have, but like I'm not gonna change my life for it.
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
just
gonna
want
take
to
on
be able to pay
inconvenience.
to have a place where I can put my stuff. Really,
No.
that's really all that's as much money as you want to make in
Well,
comedy.
no, and then I also want to have like money, so if I'm going to like a festival or something, I can get like a nicer Airbnb if I'm going to be there for like a couple days or something. Like those are nice little luxuries.
You see,
That money's
Airbnbs
nice.
are like dropping off. Like
Are
people are
they?
just not doing them anymore.
I still do them. Am I dumb for that? What should I be doing instead?
Well, I guess it's because people now that like the world's opened up a little bit more, people are going back to hotels,
I don't know.
and also because Airbnbs have a lot of rules.
But the last time I did an Airbnb was when I did a show out in Portland, Maine, and it was very nice. The guy was super friendly, and I had like a whole wing of the house to myself, and it was real cheap.
Right. I guess for every one of those.
But that's also in the middle of nowhere, so I don't think there's a lot of like hotels competing.
Right. Like
You
when
know?
I did one in Akron, I was sharing it with like 3 other groups.
It's like a hostel.
And I
at
had
that
like
point.
one room. It was like me and a girl in one room.
People you didn't know?
Huh?
People you didn't know?
No.
Oh,
I
shit.
didn't know them. They're just other guests. So we had like it was like me and Angela in one room, and just not leaving the room because we don't know.
Just hiding in there.
That's
like, they're
hiding.
scary.
That's too far. That's too
Yeah,
much.
like locking the door because it was like the first room on the left. So it's like everyone's passing your room on the way out. And
So if you had
Or
to
in.
use the bathroom, let's say,
we had to go upstairs and
but
run
then
into
you had
everybody.
yo, shit.
Yeah, so that one I didn't like, and then they had like rules about being quiet after a certain time and
Yeah.
blah blah blah.
That's not great.
Yeah,
I've had some.
How was the room though?
it was fine. For one person it would have been fine.
Yeah.
For 2 people it was a little like uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I've had some fun experiences with like similar situations like that, like the shared living kind of like travel. I mean, back when I was like doing a lot of drugs and drinking, because I would always just have drugs on me and be like, "Hey, you guys party?" And they'd be like, "Yeah," and then you just do cocaine with like a random German man that's in town for like a
I've done
business
that.
convention. You're like, "This guy's my best friend."
Yeah. There's we were talking about this yesterday. I sent you that screenshot of the email. Remember that comedy dungeon?
Oh,
In
Randy
the-
Epley.
Randy Epley. You ever done that?
No, comedy dungeon.
It's at a hostel
Yeah, it's uptown.
on like the upper west side.
Okay.
And like he'll send like a random email and it won't even say your name. It'll be like, "Hey, comic, would you like to do
Yeah.
10 minutes?"
Yeah.
Isn't
That's
there a
it.
movie about bad things that happen at a
Hostel?
hostel? Like
Yeah,
that
it's-
scene-
yeah, it's
that
called
email
Hostel.
makes
It's called
me
Hostel.
think that
Yeah.
like that might be one of those situations.
Yeah.
No, he gives you 8 to 9 minutes,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
But what he does is like 20 minutes up top
Yeah.
off of note cards, and then
Yes, and he throws them.
he throws them. So by the time you go up, you're standing on a pile of his
I
material.
forgot about that.
That's fun. I kind of like that. That's
Yeah, no,
Everybody-
it's really bad, but it's fun.
Everybody in New
I like
York.
crazy stuff though.
Yeah.
I think it's crazy. It's
If
like-
you're doing
It's
comedy in
kooky.
New York, you should do that show at least once. Everybody should do that show at least once.
Yeah,
just to
I
get
did it
a-
like 3 times.
Yeah, I did it twice. It's like it's unhinged. Nobody speaks English because it's a hostel. Everybody's like from another country, and like it's like. I remember one of the 2 times I did it, there was like a folded table in the back with like snacks. And like people were coming down and they just look in and just sit down. It's super dark. He's got like one of those like highway spotlights on you.
I think one of those like 4-pronged
Yeah,
workman
yeah,
lights.
blinding.
That's great.
You can't see anything, so it's like even if you could see, like to do crowd work and like nobody speaks English, and like they're not laughing because they don't understand you. It's
Do you just start trying different languages?
I'll be honest with you.
Are
I
you
don't.
bilingual?
I am.
What do you speak?
I speak Creole, but and a little bit of French. But
Are you Haitian?
yeah.
Okay.
So like
I didn't mean to assume.
No, yeah. Imagine. No, I'm from Trenton. No, but yeah, but you could like when I did it, I could tell that there was like a Costa Rican guy who kind of spoke English, and like the one time I did get a good laugh was like there was a Mexican guy. And my best friend from college is half Mexican, so like I know a lot of the slang, so I can I was like there's a really dark like a black bug, like almost like a scarab in Mexico. They call it a mayate, and that's what they call black people in Mexico.
Damn.
So like I always pretend that I don't know what it is. So I'm like, "Hey, you're from Mexico, right?" And he's like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "My best friend keeps calling me mayate. What does that mean?" And he fucking busted out laughing. So but that show is unhinged.
I liked it.
Yeah.
I like the Hostel show, man.
I think everybody should do it.
I want to do this now.
I should forward you the email.
We'll send you an
yeah,
email.
so
Yeah.
I'll get the random email, and if
Yeah.
I disappear, we know what happened.
Yeah. It's
Hell
like,
yeah.
"Hey, hello, comic. Would you like to do?"
Yeah, he doesn't. He'll never learn your name.
Yeah, never.
Hello, comic.
I don't even know how he got my email in the first place. Or
Yeah,
like-
I don't know. Maybe like you probably emailed him to get on the
Maybe,
show
yeah.
years ago because this
Yeah.
guy's. I thought he was dead.
Yeah, because I hadn't.
I thought he was dead, for sure.
Sometimes you would get those emails every few months, and then like I haven't gotten that email in like
It has to be like 3 years.
yeah.
Haven't
It's
gotten
been
that
a
email.
long time.
Maybe he's dead.
And
Who sent
it's
the
just
email?
finally looping back around.
Just on an auto system, just like
Right.
a lonely computer sets it out to you and the audience. So the shows keep happening, even
Right.
though no one's actually
Right.
behind it.
But he's just dead in the room.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
all an
yeah.
algorithm just at the computer.
It's a weekend at Bernie's kind of thing. Someone there's like he's got like one of those like guns that shoot dollar bills, and he's like that's how his note cards are flying around still.
Right.
Yo, he's got like crazy energy, man. He's like yelling and like do it like he's like who's that guy? I forget his name. Steve something. He would always be at Broadway Comedy Club and always has like a little camcorder set up. Who walks on tables? You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, Steve Marshall.
Steve Marshall. It's like that except
I know all the old New York
oh
weirdos.
man, there's someone needs to do like a documentary about these people.
I mean, there's a lot of documentaries on mental illness out there. It's pretty much the same.
Yeah,
They're
but
just
like the
mentally ill
ones that
people
do
doing comedy.
comedy. You know?
Yeah.
The guys that have been doing comedy for 30 years, but you don't know who they are.
Yeah.
You know? Those
But like
guys.
you know who they are, but you don't know their names or
They're
anything
like
like
an
that.
urban legend.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're like, I only see him at this one club. It used to be Dangerfields. Dangerfields
Yeah.
used to have all of them.
Yeah.
That was their meeting place.
Yeah. They because that's who accepted them.
Yeah.
Because like they're old guys. Dangerfields was for old guys.
They still show up at Broadway though.
Broadway's the new one.
Yeah, Broadway. Yeah.
Well, they all always did Broadway. Actually, I went to the Broadway Comic Club holiday party, and I ran into the first guy I ever saw have a meltdown. And
Who was it?
Kind of meltdown.
I'm not gonna say the name.
Oh man.
I'll say the name after.
Yeah.
But big dude with long hair, big head, and I wasn't even doing stand up yet. I had just moved to New York, and I went, let me go to a comedy show because it never occurred to me that you could just do comedy.
Yeah.
I was like 17. I was like, oh, let me go to a comedy show, Broadway Comedy Club. I go there by myself, and there's these two ladies off on the. Have you done Broadway?
Yeah.
Okay, so downstairs room, left hand side on those tables that you are against the wall.
Mm-hmm.
There's two ladies. They're talking the entire show. They're they're really distracting, and every comic's kind of having a problem with them. Finally, someone goes over and goes, "You gotta shut up, or we're gonna have to ask you to leave." And they're like, all right. This guy goes up. He's supposed to be like the headliner of the night. Bombing right away, like out the gate, bad. These girls are not saying. They haven't said anything in probably 40 minutes, and he just gets tired of bombing. And I think one of them goes like, "You want to get out of here?" And the other one and he just goes, "Shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up! You've been talking the whole fucking show." And then someone's like, "Well, they haven't spoken in like an hour." And he's like, "Get out of here! This is my fucking club." And it was so fucking funny. And then they just left, and he just continued to have the worst set ever. And that's when I was inspired. I was like, oh, I could do that.
I could yell at people on stage.
Yeah, I could blame someone for something they didn't do. Yeah.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
I remember they're like the characters, man. We talk about this all the time. Like the characters that you meet doing stand up, man. Like there was a guy that used to come to Broadway Comedy Club, the open mic, and his name was he used to go by Eddie Spaghetti.
Great name.
Right? But like if I told you there was a guy named Eddie Spaghetti, what would you think he looked like?
I think he's a children's magician.
Now I'm gonna
He makes them disappear.
yeah, exactly. Into his van. I can only describe this. This is okay. My first thought when I heard the name Eddie Spaghetti, I was like, it's probably like some old Italian guy. No, this was a 6'5" black guy wearing a cowboy hat, a bolo tie, and that like I was like it was. I didn't. It's not what I expected.
I love this already.
Yeah.
I would buy tickets to that show.
Oh, I would. He would
The
always
Eddie Spaghetti Hour.
Yeah. And like you can't find him. I tried to Google it; it doesn't come up. He has no online presence whatsoever. I'm
He
pretty
just
sure
appears
he
and
just shows
disappears.
up to do the Broadway. I don't know.
What a legend.
Yeah, So one time I went after him at a mic, and I was just like, I just wanted to fuck around, and I was like, hey Eddie, when you were a kid and your parents got mad at you, did they call you Edward Spaghettward, like say your full name? Motherfucker fucking stone faced me, and I was like, oh, he's gonna kill me.
He didn't get it. That's what
He didn't. Edward Spaghettward, go to your room. Like he didn't. He did
Dude,
not.
you're about to get lassoed, dude. He's about to go urban cowboy on
Right? Just fucking. Oh man, I think about that all the time. Like there's these weird just comedy. I guess it's because there's no barrier of entry, so anybody can do it, and just like it like attracts these weird characters, which I think we need. We need those.
Dude,
I
I
like
used
them.
to. That's before I started comedy. I used to just be a full-time alcoholic, and I would just
Like it's a job.
yeah. I was like a sales guy during the day, so I
Oh,
did
shit.
cocaine all day at the office
Yeah.
and do like a B-level Wolf of Wall Street,
Yeah.
essentially just in a suit yelling at people, and then at night I would drink, and so. The way I actually got into comedy was like the Stress Factory in Bridgeport opened up like right down from where I was living, and so
I like that one. That's a great club.
it's a great club. And so like me and my roommate would go there on Wednesdays because they had the open mic, and so it was like $5 and there were drink specials. So we just go get hammered in the back with our friends. And back when it first opened, like, dude, there were literally like homeless people going up. There was an erotic poetry lady that would go up and like run the light by 12 minutes
Yeah.
and just like read erotic poetry, and she did not look like someone you'd want to imagine in those scenarios. And like
There used to be a lady at the creek in the cave
I'm glad you brought that up. I've got the video.
who would just show her pussy.
that's sick, dude. That rules.
Yeah, she would just squat and just show her like, "There's my pussy."
Was it one you wanted to see or
No, no,
It
no, no,
never
no,
is,
no, no.
Is it?
She's like, "There's my pussy."
Did I delete it? No, I
You
didn't.
have the pussy video?
I it came across in my in one
Jamie,
of my,
let's pull that up.
Yep. Yeah.
Stan is a good Jamie.
This is her. This is
Oh, she's fully like naked.
yeah.
Wow. That's really something.
That's her. Yeah.
I respect the confidence.
She would wear like big headphones and sunglasses and like a wig, because I think she was like a real person that had like hopes and dreams and didn't want people to know
And
who
then
she was.
it became that.
Yeah. That came up in like one of my like I must have had it in my like Google videos or whatever, and I was like, I'm saving this because this is gonna I need that. She would do that all the time at Creek, like it's the Creek in the Cave though, like that's where you did that kind of thing, like.
Alt comedy rules. Dude.
Oh my god.
I love alt comedy.
She's actually doing well.
Yeah.
Crushing, dude.
I forgot what time that open mic was at Creek in the Cave, but like man, she went by Sherry. You remember that?
Is that what her name
Yeah,
was?
she used to go
Okay.
by Sherry. Or sometimes she would put in a different name, but it was always like some variation of Sherry, Cherry, or Carrie, or something like that.
That's
Fucking
very
psycho.
funny.
Still around?
I haven't seen her in years. That might be the last time I saw her actually, and that was
She
like
probably went to the welcome comic to the hostel show. And
yeah,
she
yeah,
She
yeah,
went right
yeah.
to JFL. What are you
You
talking
just-
about?
Yeah,
She's
JFL,
killing it.
JFL new asses.
That's not a new ass. I don't know if you saw
Yeah,
it.
it's good.
It's all perspective.
Yeah.
You know, it was new to me. I haven't seen that ass before.
It's not new to God, but it's
yeah. That's it. I wanted to get into the DeMar Hamler thing.
DeMar Hamlin.
Hamlin,
Who's
sorry.
this?
He's that football player that got hit in the chest and had
Had
a
the
heart attack. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's been enough. He's good now.
Yeah,
He's
he like
fine.
woke up. He's fine.
Yeah, he's
Oh, that's good.
Do you
so
think he's
I-
gonna play again?
I wouldn't.
Well,
He probably will though.
But no,
Yeah.
the question is like, do you think the teams are gonna let him play? Because that's like a huge liability at this
well,
point.
I think
if
the
he
insurance
dies.
and shit, like it's gonna go way the fuck
Yeah,
up.
Yeah.
I would imagine almost they would be like, you can't play for us.
It's-
You're gonna die.
Right. They're gonna
it's-
make up something that like he's liable to have it happen
Yeah.
again.
Or even the league will be like, we cannot have a death on national television. Like he's got to go.
It would cost more to insure him playing than to pay him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause
yeah.
it's-
They might just give him a buyout deal. They might just give him.
Well, his
full
contract is only $800,000.
They might give him more money to just go away.
Yeah.
Like here's $2 million. Just like shut up. Go
He
away.
would be better off just like doing like a book deal He could write a book. He could do the whole.
He's got all this attention on that.
Yeah,
Just
do
get
a
a
media
ghostwriter.
tour.
He doesn't even have to write it.
Dude, his
Just gets interviewed by someone like 4 times. They write it for
I mean,
him.
there's going to be that much to really go. I guess his life story up until that
sure
point.
because
Sure.
he's a good guy.
Sure,
The GoFundMe or whatever the fundraiser he had made, I think $7 million last I checked.
Jesus.
The goal was 2,500.
Why did
like-
he need a GoFundMe?
Well,
Yeah, I don't know.
it was like a
Fully
toy drive he
insured.
was doing.
He's in NFL.
No. He was doing a toy drive before this.
Oh, so that's all for the toy drive?
Yeah.
Dude, he is a good guy.
The goal was 2,500.
Wow.
It made $7 million last
You know
I
what?
checked.
I think he faked the whole thing.
For the children, though. He did it for the right reason
Yeah,
for
for
the
the
children.
Right, he did the wrong thing for the right reason. He stole $7 million to give it to the children.
like
He's
Bernie
like-
Madoff.
Yeah.
Fucking
No, he's
what's
like
his name?
Batman, dude. He's not the
Yeah.
hero we deserve. He's the hero we needed.
Yeah,
Yeah. He's Robin Hood.
yeah. Not
But,
all heroes wear capes. Some of them take fucking hard shots to the chest. Fucking-
Well, so I never saw. You seen the clip, right, Chris?
No, I don't pay attention to sports.
All right. So what it looks like is he was
went to
making a
tackle somebody,
tackle,
yeah.
and his arms came up, which means the whole chest plate came up,
Yeah.
and he got hit in the chest,
at
made the
exact-
tackle
at the exact right moment.
right, and stood up, and then fell back down. His heart was
It's
stopped.
just
Yeah.
right in the solar plexus.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
place
this
to get
seems it's what this is it's an injury that's actually more common in like lacrosse players and baseball players. 'Cause it's-
Projectile sports.
Oh, because they get the ball right.
when you get the ball hit in the chest.
Hockey,
it has
too.
to hit you as your heart is like doing it the down part of its second beat.
Yeah.
So there's no way to time it. There's no way you're actually liable to do it.
It's completely by like accident.
yeah, like
Okay.
there are deaths I think like every year, but it's like 5. You
Like
know?
Does it just like stop your heart? 'Cause
Yeah.
It hits it at the right,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right beat.
right, and then
So essentially, apparently it happens maybe 20 times a year, and it only results in like a few deaths. But it's like it can happen. Like it happened to Chris Pronger, a hockey player. He got hit in the chest with a puck.
Dude, those pucks fly.
Yeah.
Those are
Yeah.
terrifying.
They're coming at you like
joke.
triple digits, like 100
Yeah.
miles an hour
Oh,
sometimes.
absolutely.
Yeah. So he got hit in the chest. He was playing apparently like a week later.
yeah, well, it's not if you survive it. It's
Yeah.
not like you're. What you're worried about that. What they're worried about with DeMar Hamlin was is he gonna wake up? Is he
Right.
when he wakes up? Is he gonna be kind of retarded now because of the oxygen? No, because he wasn't breathing.
I just want to play the football.
Yeah, is he gonna be Adam Sandler?
Coach, put me in.
Yeah,
I like to run fast.
but that was the concern.
His voice is just up 3 octaves. They're like, we don't know why that
Right,
happens.
right. He's just constantly got boogers coming down his nose.
They're like, he's choosing to talk that way. There's nothing medically wrong with his
Yeah,
voice.
you were fine last week. What happened? You didn't get hit in the head. It was-
I don't know. I just wasn't prepared for you to say retarded.
well, that's what they were worried about. Is he gonna be
He's gonna
retarded?
wake up all goofy and shit. Like no.
Yeah.
Cause yeah. That,
Well,
that-
did you buy that story where it's like, did we win?
No.
No, of course not.
So yeah,
right?
apparently the doctors were
No,
interviewed.
because you guys wouldn't understand because you're not athletes at heart, dude. He woke up and was like, did we win? I would have died for that.
No, I feel like it was a
this
little
is-
retarded. Like, they're, do we win? Yay!
This is
Touchdown!
like the doctor.
Woohoo!
The doctor totally made it up because there was the way he said it. He could have said almost anything else.
That's
I
a
would've
great.
believed
I
it.
want my doctor making up lies
Yeah,
about what I said when I
yeah,
came
yeah.
out of
It
my
was
coma.
do
dude.
what what, but is it? Oh,
Yeah,
did
yeah.
we win? That's
Yeah, my doctor's covering for me.
Right.
The doctor apparently the doctor was like, yeah. He's like, he woke up and he was like, did we win? And he was like, yes, you wanted life. I was like, shut the fuck
Yo, what
up.
that just made it gay,
Shut
dude. It was so
up.
good until then.
Yeah, you
Ugh.
could have been like,
I was a
like,
hero.
You're the real hero
Right.
for getting injured and inconveniencing everyone and then not dying.
Right.
Right. Right.
Fucking fantasy football.
Do you know how much we were gonna make on your memorial
Right.
jersey? You just fucked everything up.
Dude, fantasy football was rude.
I
Like,
know, they had a candlelight vigil for him,
yeah.
and then he woke up.
Yeah.
I would feel like a jackass if I went to a candlelight vigil and then the guy woke up fine and be like,
I
like my night
totally
back."
fine now.
"Are you gonna give me back my Saturday night?"
Right.
Like,
Yeah, we had to stop the game.
Yeah.
yeah. I think they should have played through. I'm not into sports, but honestly, even if he died on the field, I'd be like, yeah, we still got like money riding on this.
Yeah,
Let's like,
playoffs are coming up. What are we
I,
doing?
I can't,
They were playing for the 1 seed.
dude. I can't drink or do drugs. All I have left is gambling and nicotine. You better get. I have a money line on
Yeah.
this. Get back out there.
That's why people
In
got
fact,
mad.
I bet that he dies.
Yeah, that he dies. That doctor really
It should have
fucked it
popped
up.
up. Yeah, it should have popped up on a.
I'm
on
sure
a-
people bet on what his first words were going to be when he woke up.
Yeah. It's it would have been
That guy lost a lot of money. That guy got robbed by that lying doctor. Just lost the house on that.
Also, like, if you did wake up and say, "Did we win?" Tell them the fucking truth. Actually, no, they stopped the game and they haven't resumed yet. I don't think they're gonna play.
Yeah,
the
you
game.
actually ruined it for the whole team.
Yeah.
All right. Well, what's his name? Skip Bayless and
Bayless.
Shannon Sharp got into a big fight over it.
Yeah.
Well,
Skip Bayless tweeted at the time while he's on the field, he's like, "Well, this is a pretty big game."
No, that's the attitude of a champion. That's the guy I want being my head coach.
So
If he dies, he dies. We gotta go.
All right, next man up.
Skip Bayless, yeah. It was like was it a Monday night game?
Yeah, it was a Monday night
game,
game.
yeah.
And, but he did there was like a ...
Yeah,
none
it's
of
like-
that seems to matter at this time.
Right.
So he
He's like-
actually was on the side of the guy.
Yeah, but
But it was like
people
a
don't-
weird way of
Well, no,
doing it.
Here's also the other thing. Like, imagine, right? Like, where was the game?
Buffalo.
Cincinnati.
Oh, it was in
It's in
Cincinnati.
Cincinnati?
Yeah.
That's what happens in Cincinnati. People's heart stops.
Imagine
Yeah.
you're like a Buffalo fan living in Cincinnati. You don't make that much money, but you've been saving up every night to take your son to see the Buffalo
good
Bills.
point.
You guys have bonded
Right.
over this over the last
Yeah.
decade. They're finally in town. You finally have enough money. You say to him, you got the good seats.
And the
you're
corner
like in a good
died.
section. Yeah, and you're like, this is going to be my moment with my son. I only get him on like Mondays. This is like a big moment. I'm going to show my
It's a Cats in
bitch
the Cradle.
ex-wife.
It's a cats in the cradle moment.
And then that guy fucking dies and ruins your beautiful memory.
Right.
Dude, fuck that guy.
All right, now my son does ballet.
Yeah.
Yeah, now my son's gay and it's all your fault.
You got to watch 7.5 minutes of this game before somebody died.
Oh, was it that early in?
Yeah, it was like there
Yeah,
was
like right away.
Dude, I would ask for a refund. I'm not gonna lie. I'd be like, can I have my $300? Because your tickets are like $500,
Yeah.
$600.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
want
Well,
my
in
money
Cincinnati,
back.
they're like $50. That's
I'm used to up here. You know, where it's
Yeah.
like,
But the Bengals are good, so like they probably they're not cheap, I guess.
dude, I don't watch sports, but the Bengals got sick uniforms. The
Yeah, they're pretty
tiger
nice.
stripe, dude,
Yeah,
they
they're
should be
pretty nice.
better for how cool of a uniform
yeah,
they
but
have.
they should not be called the Bengals. They should be called the Tigers. I think.
Yeah, why did they pick the Bengals as a name?
I don't know.
Is there
Because Bengal Tigers.
Because
Is
Bengal
there-
Tiger. That's
But
clearly
is there
what
a
they're
zoo?
doing.
Like, is there a zoo that they have? Would they have?
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. The first Bengal tiger
Cincinnati?
born in captivity is
Yeah.
at the Cincinnati Zoo.
Yeah, yeah.
That'd be a terrible way to name it. That's almost as bad as calling your name the Browns because that was the guy's last
That
name.
was the guy's last
Is
name.
that
Yeah,
why?
yeah.
Yeah, the owner's last name was
I thought
Brown.
like the color brown had like some significance. To
No,
the
they
city
just
or
they just
something.
double down
well,
on it.
Cleveland actually it does. The color brown
Yeah,
is
it's a shit. It's a shit. It's a shit
It's
city.
that's
the color of their
the
drinking
whole
water.
city is brown.
Yeah.
You just go like, oh, this city.
Yeah, they were named
stinks."
after Paul Brown.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I miss when we used to just give teams wildly racist names.
Oh, I miss it.
Yeah. Well, when they were making all the hoopla about the Redskins, right? The Washington Commanders.
Is that what they're called now?
Yeah.
They could have gone with something better.
Yeah.
Well, for a year they were the Washington Football
Well,
Club.
couldn't they? Okay, they could have kept like the theme, but like instead of the Redskins, gone like maybe the natives, or
The
something.
Apaches.
or the actual tribe that lived there. They
The
could've-
Mohawks.
Yeah.
Yeah, they could have been the Washington Mohawks. That
I
way they kept all the
suggested-
same logos and everything.
Yeah.
They could have saved it.
I suggested DC Snipers, and nobody.
That's great.
Right?
I like that. I like
That was a great one.
Sniping these field
Yeah.
goal kicks.
Yeah.
The logo is just a black guy.
The lizard people.
I when I went to Syracuse University, like they're the orange.
Yeah,
now,
the orange. Yeah,
But the reason they changed that,
because they were the Orange Men.
no, it's because back in the day, like back in the 30s.
Yeah.
Like when my grandparents went there, there's like this part of the like they have a little museum on campus, and my uncle was like taking me through it, and they used to be called the Saltine Warriors, and their mascot was the Saltine Savage. And it is the most racist caricature of a Native American with like a tomahawk foaming at the mouth on like a horse. and
But why saltine?
because I guess like there's something to do
Like
with
a cracker?
I think it had something to do with like one of the tribes there. Like there was a river, something like the Saltine River they lived on, or like maybe they were. I don't
Okay.
know.
Wait,
I
wait,
just know
wait.
that they were called the Saltine Warriors.
So they changed that
That's
to the. Then they changed that to the
hilarious. They had
Orange
a-
Men.
and so the Saltine
Wait,
Warriors
so-
would have been fine on its own,
Right.
but then the mascot being the Saltine Savage.
Right,
which is
right. He was an
This
Indian
is
with
in like
rabies.
the 20s and 30s.
That's hysterical.
Like back when my grandparents went there,
Yeah.
like they still have merch there. They're
Wow.
like, I hated when they changed it to the Orange Men, and I'm like, you hate a lot of change in
Yeah.
America, though, Grandpa. You would not like that I'm on this podcast right now.
Hi.
Hey, don't worry, he's dead.
Dude, that's so funny that they changed it from something racist to something slightly less racist.
Well, no, the orange is it's an orange.
No, they were the Orange Men first.
Was it? I
Yeah,
didn't know that.
They were the Orange Men.
that-
before
was
they-
that-
So they're like, this is a step in the right direction. Now they're
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
now it's about the fruit.
Yeah.
They're kind of retconning
Yeah.
it. They're like, it's always been about the
Yeah.
fruit.
'Cause-
How did the orange rule, dude?
Yeah.
You just like a little ball that would walk around campus and like give you hugs when you're blackout
Yeah.
drunk. It was great.
Well, St. John's.
pretty cool.
St.
Yeah, hell
John's
of a
used to be.
orange.
They were the St. John's Red Men before they became the Red Storm.
Oh, because they like Wu Tang and they were like Method Man and Red.
No.
No, I think
Okay.
he's right. He's right.
I think that's what it was.
I think that's
like,
what, they can say that now
pretty
if they
sure.
want to.
That was
but,
their mascot. Was just Redman
Yeah.
from the Wu Tang. Would
Yeah.
come out and be like, "Y'all like football?"
like Brick
Yeah.
City, baby. Like that's funny.
yeah.
but
the
like-
RZA went there.
Yeah. there's like all like the I think Florida State they still have
Seminoles.
the Seminoles.
Yeah.
And they have a guy.
That's not that offensive because that's
No.
the actual name of the tribe.
Yeah, but then
Right,
they
that's
have,
the local tribe.
Yeah,
It's
that's
Seminole
the-
County. It's the Seminoles.
But
It's,
what they
it's
stopped
not offensive.
doing, they used to have the guy dressed up as the chief or whatever would come
Yeah.
out with the thing and he would like throw it into the ground.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily
They don't have that anymore.
offensive. I don't think like
Well, I
He's
mean,
not like
they
in a-
wouldn't have a Native American guy come out in the big feathers and just
No, just some Italian
Just some guy.
some swarthy Italian guy.
guy with the tan.
Yeah.
But it was kind of cool. You'd go to those games and everyone would be going like,
Yeah. Oh, they still do it.
yeah, because it's fun.
Yeah.
But
As a Hurricane fan, when they do that, we're like, "Fuck the Seminoles." And it's a,
well, you
it's
guys
a,
is dumb too.
what are you talking about? No, that's Florida.
Oh,
Those
you're
are the
right.
Gators.
You're Hurricanes.
Yeah,
That's the Gators.
We throw up to you like the Gators. Those are swamp people. Fuck them.
swamp.
It's all
people.
colleges.
I
What do you mean?
fucking-
Doctors go there.
Well,
Not the ones I'm seeing. Not my doctor.
My doctors are in the swamp.
that's funny. You ever ask your doctor where they went to college? I should start doing that.
I bet there's a lot of Florida.
No, I'm gonna do that my next visit.
Yeah, I'm just curious.
That's
now.
actually good because like, what if they were like they went to a worse school than
Yeah,
you did?
Right,
Yeah.
right.
It's
College
like,
of Staten Island.
yeah, I'm like, I went to UConn. Where'd you go? And they're like, I went to Southern Connecticut. And it's like, hold on, you didn't even get to the main state school.
Tulane.
Where'd you go to grad school? Oh no, they have a medical program at Southern. It's like, ooh, all right, I'm gonna.
Where'd you go to
My
med school?
undergrad should not outrank my
Right, yeah.
doctor's undergrad.
Where'd you go to med school? Army. All right, what do we do? I'm gonna get a tourniquet and some morphine.
We're gonna get some quick clot, and then we'll put you in a helicopter.
You got a doctor.
Going back to base soldier.
I gotta cut it off. Sorry.
You got a
Civil
doctor that
War
went to community college or some shit. You went to fucking
Just broke my
DeVry.
finger. You have
Yeah.
to cut it off. That's it. It's gonna get infected.
I always wonder, like, so like, there's a lot of foreign doctors. Like my doctor right now is an Indian woman, and she rules. She keeps it real with me.
Yeah.
Did you touch your balls?
Okay, so actually, I had a ball exam the last time I was there because I got new insurance. I had to do everything. And when she was going for the ball exam, I was like, taking my pants off. She's like, hold on a second. We need to have a witness. And I was like, I'm not really comfortable with that. Can we just like, I'm cool. Like we can just do it. She's like, no, you don't understand. Like we have to have a witness because like you know how woke everything is now. Like everything's a rape. So I got to have someone else in there. My doctor, my medical.
Did you go? I'm
I
the
hope-
man.
I
And then-
hope
and then
that the
after
doctor
she
said
said-
everything's a rape.
No, she literally did in an Indian accent. I'm not going to do, but she's like, you
Stand, do it.
she's like,
Everything's a rape.
no,
Everything's
she
a
really
rape.
said that, and I was like, hold on, maybe I do want to witness. What are you about
Yeah.
to do to me?
Yeah.
And then the sassiest nurse I've ever seen came in the room.
You can say black. It's fine.
Well, I was gonna. Yeah. It was implied. Yes,
Clip that.
the sassiest.
That's a clip.
The
I like that.
sassiest, fattest black nurse I've ever seen comes in with her arms crossed as my witness, and I take my pants off, and she just kind of goes. I swear to God. And I'm just like, I'm sitting there, and I give her a look. I literally just go like, come on, I'm like, you know, and she just looks at me like,
It's cold.
she looks at me, she's like, I don't know where I've seen smaller. And I'm like, your job is to be a witness. Like, children come to this hospital.
Commentary.
Yeah.
It's like, I want to be in the top 10% of dicks, which I know I'm not, but like, just say like
All right.
something.
That's hilarious.
And then she left, and I just felt traumatized. But it was the closest I've ever gotten into an interracial three-way.
Nice.
Had an Indian woman touch my balls, a black woman judged me for my balls. It was, you know,
She's doing crowd work. That's fucking.
You know.
She sees your dick. She's like,
That would be a great fucking
And then I had
porn
to do-
parody is just have a black lady heckle you while you fuck.
dude. And the worst part is when I left, she was the front desk lady, so I had to do all the paperwork with her on the outro after she had laughed at my dick and like tried to save it by being nice, saying I've seen smaller, which is not like, of course you have.
Yeah.
I don't have a micro penis. Like, just give me something.
Yeah. Also, it's probably cold in there. You didn't get the chance to chub up.
I
You gotta-
didn't. I'm also a grower, not a shower. It's not a
Most,
good scene.
I would say a lot of
not
people
I'm a
are.
grower when I'm already inside. I go in soft and
You go
then
soft, you soak like a Mormon, and then just
and I want you to feel
You want to feel extension, and they can't see it, so they guess how big it is.
Yeah, it's based on what you feel.
Yeah.
Because that's how you know you're having a good time.
Yeah, did you feel 3 inches or 8 inches? There's
What
no
does that
visual.
care?
How did it really
I
feel?
don't care how fucking big my dick is at this moment. I know where your shit is. I'm just gonna poke it with my cock.
Fucking soaking is hilarious, by the way.
Soaking is hilarious.
I would like to try soaking at least once. I just think it's funny. Like as a
I
bit.
just think,
I'm too scared to like propose to a woman like, hey, can we like do stuff? They're like, oh yeah, let's have sex. Like, no. Like I just wanna like get hard and just like put my dick inside you and not move for like a half hour because it's like I think it would be funny. It's like an in-person bit for myself, and then like we don't have
just
sex.
to say I did it.
Well, in ways, I'm sure you have done that because, like, you ever like have sex and then you just like pause because maybe something funny happens.
Yeah.
Or like you're like still inside, so you just start talking a little bit.
Or, like,
You're
after you come,
Or am I
you
just a
just-
weirdo where that happens?
I'm very passionate. I'm making eye contact, and it's like even
nice.
if it's the first time, like I love you. We should get married.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Oh,
get
yeah?
you pregnant.
Yeah.
And they're like, please stop. This is making me. You were hot before, and now I'm uncomfortable.
What do they call it? There's a thing for it. Like when while you're soaking, someone else jumps on the bed.
I've heard it. That can't be real. That's
I
got to
don't-
be like some Mormon
Did
slander.
you hear about that?
I've heard
No.
that too. I've heard that
It's
too.
like-
I'm nervous to do that. So you know what I would do? I would say, hey, just call my phone while I set it to vibrate, and I'll just put it under the bed.
Yeah.
Nick, I might recruit you. I might be like, Nick, I need you to come jump on my bed. I'm soaking with a bitch right now.
Hell yeah! And I'll just do the nervous leg move. I'll just do this.
Soaking with a bitch.
And then Nick will be in there and be like, don't worry, man. I've seen smaller. Like, thanks. Nick.
Yeah, but I'd be talking about the girl.
yeah.
I think
I've seen smaller women.
Yeah, I think
to make
soaking
her
with a bitch should be. Soaking with a bitch should be like like some rapper should write that song.
Soaking with
Is
the
there
Soaking with a bitch?
soaking porn?
Let's find out.
Because I know there's that whole
You
porn
can put it
site.
on that list.
What's it called? It's like Mormon Girls or whatever, and it's like all the Mormons that like left the cause that do porn now, which is a nuts transition.
Well, it's not as it's as nuts as like what Mia Khalifa.
What did she do? Oh,
She's just Muslim.
but
No,
I
she's
think-
not.
What?
She's a
Yeah,
liar.
it was bullshit.
No,
yeah.
no, it's
Oh,
bullshit.
what?
She's from a Christian family in Lebanon.
The fuck?
She was actually
That's part of the hotness. Is how angry her family
She
was.
was actually persecuted in Lebanon for her family being Christian. That's why they moved to America.
Oh, and then she was like, "You could be a whore here."
And no, her family's mad at her because they're like devout Christians.
Oh, well,
so it's
okay.
just as bad in that regard.
Yes.
But it's not as. So
It was
she's
kind of hotter that she was disappointing all of Islam.
no, she's just doing Muslim face.
There is soaking porn. I don't know if it's real,
Well, no, it's they're doing it, so it's clearly real.
but I think it's probably like staged. It's like, oh, we.
Oh yeah, no,
so
we're not
I don't think it's actual.
candid cameraing
Like
Mormons.
it starts out as soaking, and then she's just like, "All right, this is really boring now."
Yeah.
And then she just starts fucking.
Just shut up, almost there. Shut up.
What's you guys' favorite genre of porn?
Ooh,
What what are you into right now? What's your
I'm all about cream pies, dude.
Yeah?
I'm all about it. All about cream pies.
Chris?
I actually haven't watched porn for a while. I'm trying to get
How
off
long's
it.
a while?
I think I've probably been off the
hours.
porn like 4 months.
Oh, really?
I just think it's really bad for me.
Are you still jerking it though?
Yeah, I still jerk off.
Hell
Memories?
yeah.
It's,
You
it's
going
just
straight
it's,
up?
it's just like
Instagram
memories or
fiction.
fantasies. Like
Yeah?
if you're a woman that was, this is for everyone. If you're a woman that was attractive and you were nice to me that day, 100% I'm jerking off
You're
to you when I get
spank
home.
banging it?
Yeah, 100%.
That's old school, man. That's like
I've done it, and I gotta say, they're better comes.
They are better comes because you feel attached to that person.
Yeah.
You know, if you're like a deli counter lady and you kind of like talked to me a little bit, asked me how my day was doing, and then you said, "God bless" on the way out, I'm like, "Oh, you are getting it tonight. You are a nice person, and
Yeah.
I feel safe with you. I
Yeah.
feel like we'd have safe. It would be a safe place for us to convene."
You know what? I think there's
You're not
something to
afraid
that, man.
you
I think
develop an actual attachment to that person,
Oh, I definitely have in the past, 100%.
or it's like,
I have,
I've
yeah.
had this whole
That's happened to me.
relationship where we've been fucking.
No, yeah, there was this girl in college that lived on my dorm floor that was so hot that I wasn't like close with, but like we were friends, like we would party and stuff sometimes. And I was so into her, and I would jerk off to her like pretty consistently for like a course of several weeks because I would just like, when you just see like a girl that's like perfectly your
she's the
type,
one in your head. Yeah.
and I'm just like, she's just so,
Yeah.
like she's it. And I developed like a weird dynamic with her to the point where like I had to stop doing it, and I just stopped talking to her because I'm like I can't. This is
Yeah.
I'm getting like weirdly
Yeah.
resentful about like her
Right.
seeing other guys because in my mind we're dating.
Yeah.
and it's like, oh, I only know about that. She's
Yeah.
not cheating on me. She like just knows me
She's
as
just
that guy
having a
we
life.
have math class together. Like this is fucked.
Yeah.
I
Right.
gotta just stop this. Like
you know what? I think
That's what I would be afraid to do that.
I might stop watching porn.
No, because it's really bad. It genuinely is really bad for your
Yeah.
brain. It like
Oh,
fucks
yeah.
you up, and it like makes you view people as like objects. It makes
Mm-hmm.
you view sex as like more
That
of
has
like a
happened to me.
commodity than like
Interesting.
a pleasant connection with someone. I just
I'm
think
gonna
it's
text my
really
girlfriend
bad.
right now and be like, I'm done.
No, and then you also watch porn, and like it all started making me depressed.
Really?
Because I would watch porn, especially like whenever I'm in like a dry spell. If I'm watching a lot of porn, I just see these beautiful women doing stuff, and I'm like halfway through, I'm just like, that guy's got a way bigger dick than me, and this woman would never even talk to me in real life, let alone like let me do this crazy shit to her. Like I'm gonna die alone, and I just have to turn it off. It just makes me bummed.
There is something about that though. You start having unrealistic expectations of, because like porn stars in particular, like nobody looks like that.
No, and they only look like that for like the hour shoot. They have all this makeup.
Yeah.
They didn't eat that day. There's all this like other stuff they do. Yeah.
Interesting. Like lately, I've been watching a lot of cuckold porn though. I'm not gonna lie. I just
Now, are you getting off to the like in your mind when you watch it? Are you picturing yourself as the guy getting cucked or the guy cucking the guy?
the guy cooking. I always
Okay.
see myself as the bull.
Okay.
I think it's hilarious to me to be the bull.
Feeding into stereotypes a little bit, but
Yeah,
I
right.
respect it. Yeah.
Because I mean, also I've been asked to be a bull, so like in my brain, I was like, I would likely be the bull in this scenario.
I tried to watch cuck porn like once or twice, just like exploring the different genres, and I couldn't because I just always was like, no matter how much I tried to, like, even if it was like a white guy that was the bull,
I'm too selfish.
in my mind, I was like, there's no way in this scenario I'm not the guy getting cucked. Like, there's no, in real life, there's no way I'm not the one getting
I'm
cucked.
not that beast.
I don't believe that because like all the cuckold porn that I've seen, like basically it's like amateur stuff on Reddit.
Oh, so you're getting the real,
Yeah.
real
But
cucking,
but
not
I
the,
also
like,
don't believe it because it's like I don't. There's no way guys enjoy watching their wives or girlfriends get fuck somebody else.
What I think happens is it's probably like a really, probably firstly like just two weird people in general that are in that couple. But then I think it's like the woman really wants to do that, and the guy is like so insecure and into her that he just kind of like, yeah, babe, whatever you want. Like those guys get in open relationships where their girl just fucks everyone, and they like maybe fuck another person once a year, and they're like, I love this dude, I got all my freedom. It's like, dude, you did not want this.
Yeah,
you just were too scared to like have self-respect and break up with her when she suggested that.
Yeah,
those guys make me sad. They're
like if you're gonna.
hollowness.
No, a guy who's okay with you fucking his girlfriend. I don't know.
No, that's not for me, man. I mean, whatever. I'm not going to judge if that's what he wants to do. It's just like that would
I never believe it.
That would literally.
It doesn't seem
I
believable
never
to me.
believe it.
I feel bad. Yeah, I feel they're trapped. Like they don't want.
I feel like
they've
she tricked
convinced
him.
themselves.
She tricked him into going like, I'm gonna be a slut no matter what.
Yeah.
You know.
And it's like they'll like I've seen a lot of them where like it'll be like, oh my wife sent me this picture of her blowing some other guy. I'm like, why?
Dude, I would kill myself.
Yeah, I don't
Why
want
would
that.
I
you
was
want
married
that?
to a woman. She said, I would just be like, all right, I'm going to blow my brains out now. That's
Right, and then
where
they're
I'm
gonna
at.
look at you like you're the one being regressive.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
selfish. Like no,
Like, yes.
what the fuck?
Yeah, I don't want to see it. Even if you're doing it.
Yeah,
I'm very into monogamy, personally.
Yeah, I like
I
dating
enjoy it.
someone.
Yeah, I like dating someone.
yeah.
You know.
I do a 3-way for sure.
Right, but that other person's got to go away.
After, yeah,
Yeah,
like, you go.
We're done with you. You were an object
Yeah,
today.
thank
You're
you.
disposed. Like, it can't be someone you're going to see later. Like, it can't be
No.
one of your friends. It's got to
No,
be
yeah.
some random chick you like found.
Like thank you. Like swingers.
Yeah.
Swingers are also a little bit. It's a little bit less weird
I
to
still
me.
don't like it. I think
I was
those
in a
people are more
situation like that
genuine,
once.
Yeah.
but I don't want to be part of that.
Wait, what'd you say?
I was in a swinger situation once, and we didn't do anything. I'll tell you the story. I was dating this girl from Staten Island. I'm not gonna use her name. She knows who she is. Anyway,
She knows what she did.
we go on this date to this place called the Hop Shop in Staten Island, and there's comedy shows there now, so I'm there all the time. But she sees board games over on a shelf. Actually, this is part of my act. I don't know if you guys have seen the bit, but she brings back Cards Against Humanity, and I'm like, well, there's only two of us. You can't really play that game. You played the game?
Yeah.
Okay. So she just goes, oh, just get more people. And I go, "Arr." And she gets this other couple. And they're a little bit older than we are. Like, we're like, she's 22, I'm 21 probably. And they're like in their 30s. We end up playing with them. We're drinking with them. We play until last call comes. And then they go, why don't you guys just come over? We got more booze at our place. And we're like, all right, yeah, we'll go there. And then the vibe got weird.
Yeah,
And
that's
they eased us in, too. Like, it was a little predatory. Because they were like, let's just do spin the bottle. And I'm like, we're like, you're 30. We're playing spin the bottle? Really? And they're doing like they're letting it go a little bit farther every time. And then the guy spins the bottle, lands on his girlfriend. He goes, why don't you two girls give us a kiss? And
were these hot 30-year-olds?
They were okay looking. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We were the hot couple. I'll say that. And we were like brand new dating. And so this is like getting weird.
Yeah.
And she's looking at me and I'm like, if you want to, I won't judge you.
Yeah.
Because I guess she had never kissed a girl at a party or anything before. And she does. And she goes, okay. And then the girlfriend spins the bottle and lands on the guy. She goes, you two guys kiss.
Oh, I do remember you telling me this. Yeah.
And I'm like, no, absolutely not. And then they're like, well, that's not fair.
What did the guy say?
And
Was the guy into it?
he got up. And
He was
went,
gonna?
yeah. And he was like, plan one on me, dude.
It's like time to pay up, little man.
Yeah.
You made your bed, now lie in it.
In my
Plan
act,
one
I make
on
him a
me.
real Staten Island guy. I go, just fucking kiss me, bro. And I go, oh no. And the girl, she goes in my ear. She goes, I'll make it worth your while if you do it. And I'm like,
That's tempting.
the straightest thing I could do is kiss this guy.
Did you kiss him?
I went up, I got up, feet shoulder length apart because I
right.
imagine gay kissing is an athletic thing.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
gotta get the stance.
Yeah.
Yeah, loose knees.
Yeah.
And
Feet shoulder length apart.
yeah, like it's a baseball swing.
Yeah.
I gotta get my hip into it.
Yeah.
And I'm like twitching my face. I'm like, dude, just miss, kiss me on the cheek, you know, like we're two Italians.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I get over there and the guy plants one on me.
Did
Tongue?
He had full
Open
beard.
mouth or closed mouth?
No, closed mouth.
Okay.
And I went, I didn't want that. Well, I didn't say that, but I made the sound. I went,
Like a baby getting spinach.
yeah. And I sat down, and I don't know why, but this was probably the most homophobic thing I could have done. Was I looked at the girl I was with, and I just started making out with her.
I have to cleanse.
Yeah, I cleansed myself.
I'm not gay.
Yeah. Like that's exactly what I did. And then we stopped playing for a little bit, but they were like kind of like seeing where we were willing to go. And then the guy's girlfriend goes, "Hey, I'm gonna have a cigarette. Let's go outside." To the girl I was with, and they go outside and they're
Left
like
you alone
talking
with
or
this
whatever.
predator.
Yeah, and he's like, "Dude, you want to play Mario Kart?" And I'm like, "Okay, okay." And he turns it on and he just falls asleep. And I'm like, "Oh, thank God he fucking down to like a whole bottle of vodka by himself."
They could have upped the ante so much, man.
They could have. That
They
could have gone really
could've.
bad
That
for
could have
you.
gone real bad. Yeah.
But I don't think the girl I was with, she wasn't into it either.
Okay. That's
So
good.
when they came back inside, the guy's girlfriend was like, "Oh, all right, you guys can go." And they were
You
like,
guys can go. You weren't allowed to leave before. She's like,
Right.
"No, you can leave."
Yeah. It was, now night's over.
Did the girl you were with make it worth your while?
Oh yeah.
The closest I've been in situations kind of like that, but not like as cool. Like back when I was like doing a lot of coke, like every once in a while I'd be at a party and a guy would be like, "Hey, you want to like go do some coke?" And like I always played dumb. But it was clear he was trying to fuck me. It was clear it was a gay dude. I was like, "Oh yeah, it'd be cool." And then I do a bunch of his coke with him in the bathroom, and then he
You
like
just leave?
He like go to make a move. I'm like, "Yo, dude, what are you doing?" And he's like, "I thought that's," and I totally knew that. I totally knew that's why I fucked him. But I'd be like, "Oh
You
no,
totally catfish this gay guy.
and I'd be like, dude, like, no, like, that's cool, but that's
just
not me.
wanted
Like,
cocaine.
I just thought we were partying. And he'd just get real upset. Fine. And I'd leave. And I'm like, enough women have done this to me. I can pass it around
Yeah,
to a couple
yeah.
guys. Okay, this is
Yeah.
my turn to pass the trauma
Yeah.
that's been done to me.
I did that once.
To other
Yeah.
people.
I did it to an Irish fella.
Oh.
A lot of
Listen,
fun.
we all have.
So I did that like 2 or 3 times
Yeah.
back in the day.
I've definitely accepted drinks from gay dudes.
The risky ones were the Xanax when I'd accept
man, 'cause
Xanax
that-
from a
that-
gay
that calms
Because
you
then
down.
I'm going down, and it's like, if I pass out, I don't know
Yeah.
if it's up to me anymore.
He's
I
gonna suck
gotta,
your dick,
I gotta keep
whether
my
you-
wits
whether you
about
want-
me,
yeah.
just like stay awake.
He's
It's like, I
doing
think I
what he
should get
wants.
going. And he's like, you sure you good to drive? You could just sleep here. I'm like, no, I gotta go, dude.
Yeah.
I gotta go.
Yeah.
I went to
time-
coke with a guy in a grizzly pear bathroom.
Hell yeah.
And,
That's where you do it.
Yeah. The guy, and I was with a friend from Staten Island, so we were gonna take the bus back together. And the guy's like, "Why don't you just come to my house in Brooklyn and we'll do more coke and you just spend the night?" And I'm like, "It's farther for me to go to Brooklyn and come back tomorrow than to just go to Staten Island right now." And I'm like, "That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
You're asking me to add 15 hours when I can be home in 2."
I'll make
Yeah.
it worth your while.
Yeah.
Hey, he's like, "Come on, dude," and I'm like, "No."
I like the idea of a construction worker vibe is what I'm imagining. Like, trying to
That's who tries to fuck me, dude.
Yeah.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
I was in a three-way that I didn't plan Like I didn't. I wasn't. I
You're
wasn't.
like, oh, where'd you come from?
Yeah, no, that's exactly what happened. So I used to fuck a lot of trans escorts,
Hell yeah, dude.
like all the time. Like the amount of money, I don't know exactly how much money I spent on trans escorts, but like if I ballpark, I could put a down payment on a really nice car.
Now, why trans escorts?
Into it, super into it.
Is that the buy thing that you get both? in
Maybe
one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like
That's pretty cool.
Pretty face, titties. Oh, wait, a penis. Oh,
It's everything you
surprise.
could want.
Yeah, best of both worlds. So one time I went to there's this one girl who like I would see her ads all the time, and I've always wanted to like hook up and like what. So I finally got a chance to like she was available. She wasn't that far away. She was like staying at the if you ever on the 7 train, you pass like the 33rd Street stop. There's a Holiday Inn Express there, and that's where she was at. So like, bet no problem, I can get there in no time. I was driving, so she gave me a price, whatever. I go down there.
How much, if you don't mind me asking? I'm curious.
She 200.
For everything?
Yeah, for an hour. Anything, whatever for an hour.
Seems like a good deal.
Yeah. I've spent more and I've spent less, and I got my money's worth. So actually, it was even better. So I'm on my way there. She texts me. She's like, "Hey, can you stop by the 7-Eleven on the corner, get me a snack?" I'm like, "All right, no problem." So I get her. She wanted to get forgot what she asked me to get her. I get to the hotel. So I don't know how it is now because I stopped doing it. But a lot of times there's like I equate it to 2-factor authentication. Like an escort will never tell you where they are right away. They'll never be like, "This is where I'm at." They'll tell you the general location, and then they'll tell you to call them again when you get there, and then they'll give you like the room number or the actual address. You know what I mean? Like if it's like at a house, like at their house, they'll give you like the cross streets. You get there, and then you say, "Call me again," and then they'll give you the whatever the house number.
How do you find these ads?
Oh, Craigslist. Nowadays Craigslist, they don't do that on Craigslist anymore. Now it used to be Craigslist and Backpage. Now I don't. To be honest with you, I'm not sure.
Eros.com.
Yeah, Eros.
That's
yeah,
the one.
and like you can hook up with like porn stars on Eros.
Yeah,
They'll advertise.
I explore Eros every once in a while because like I think I want to be like a cool guy that fucks, and then I like think about getting an escort, and then I'm like, she doesn't even like me as a person. What's even the point?
Oh, you can't even think about that. Don't get that out of your head.
I want love. I can't pay these women to love me because I just think
You
about
can
like
say like, "Hey, I want this to be passionate," and they'll do that for you.
I know,
yeah.
it's not the same.
They charge you more. It's called the girlfriend experience.
Oh, fuck that! Don't do that.
Yeah,
No, because I was looking at it as like it's anywhere from like 300 to like some of them are like 5,000.
Yeah.
Like, it goes to a huge range.
Yeah.
Jesus.
And it's just like I don't know. It's just like that's not
To
I
me,
want to go on cute dates.
Yeah.
I can't. And if I start going on cute dates, if I start paying this hooker to go on cute dates,
That's
with me
expensive.
so that I can then fuck her, I'm gonna fall in love with her.
Yeah.
If I fell in love with the girl I was masturbating to, I'm gonna fall in love
Yeah.
with the hooker. That's a real problem.
that's when you that's when it gets really expensive.
That's when like
that.
my entire life savings is just like, hey, Cindy, you want to hang out?
yeah.
Then proposing to her, it's like gonna be a whole thing.
Yeah. You ever see that old movie Trading Places?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what Jamie Lee Curtis was doing.
No.
Because when Dan Aykroyd was like fucked up in her bed with the flu or whatever, some guy came over with flowers. He's like, "I thought we had a date tonight." She's like, "No. My mom's in town." Like,
She had a great pair in that
yeah. You ever seen Jamie Lee Curtis topless?
No,
That was
Trading
like
Places.
One of the first pairs of titties I ever saw was in that movie.
You know what? I
I was a young
watched
man.
her in the newer Halloween movie, and I'm like, she still looks good.
Oh, she
She's still got a good body. That Jamie
and she's
Lee.
eating that like poop yogurt, so she knows she's regular.
Yeah, that's how she's keeping it
Yeah.
keeping it tight.
yeah,
Oh yeah.
All that Yoplait.
yeah.
No, sorry, it's Activia.
Activia.
All that Activia, dude, keeping her gut health good.
So I go to this Holiday Inn and I bring her whatever, and like a lot of times you got to be careful when you're hooking up with escorts because like they'll share a hotel room to save money, or they'll share like a condo, and so I get there and she's like, they'll never take the money from you. You got to put the money down.
Because it's not
Those
a
are good.
transaction.
Right.
Those are real good.
Yeah. You found them, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So you'll
I want to watch that movie.
yeah. It's
a good film.
It's very funny.
Yeah.
It's
Eddie
very-
Murphy,
Have you ever
Dan
seen Coming to
Aykroyd?
America?
Yeah.
Okay, so you remember the scene in this is maybe a spoiler, but remember the scene in Coming to America where he hands those two homeless guys money, and like one of them's like, Mortimer, we're back.
Yes.
That's a nod to Trading Places. Those two are rich in Trading Places, and then they lose all their money.
I didn't even pick up
Yeah,
on that.
yeah.
That's nuts.
They lose all their money in Trading Places, and then Coming to America, he gives them the money, and then Mortimer, we're back. Yeah. So yeah, escorts you'll never any escort that takes money from you, that's a cop. Don't do it.
That's also a fear. I don't want to get arrested.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not worth the risk.
Like the first time,
I mean,
or what if it's
but that's
not
part
the
of the-
girl I tried to
Oh,
get?
the old bait and switch. That's
yeah,
happened
and
to
then
me.
it's just like I don't want to do this.
That's also happened to me. Here's the thing about the bait and switch is like with me, I'm too. My mom raised me to be a nice boy, and I don't want to like. I'm already here.
You don't want to hurt the prostitute's
yeah,
feelings.
Yeah, I don't want. I'm already here. My bad. Like, okay, well, you put in the effort to lure me here. Let's bang. Whatever.
What's the worst bait and switch you've had?
It was a guy.
Okay.
I went in thinking it was a woman, an actual woman.
Okay.
Not trans woman, but like an actual woman, and it was a guy. And I was like, all right, well,
Was he
I'm
even
here.
in a dress, or was he just like,
No.
"Yo, what's up, bro"?
Yeah, just a dude.
What? I would be scared if I was him, because what if he did that to a less enlightened individual and they'd freak the fuck out?
What if you
and
did
kill
that
him?
to a bigger guy?
That happens a lot. I'll be like,
Is that a hate crime now if you do that?
100%? It's still
Yeah.
a hate crime. Yeah, even if you're
Still, what did you think changed?
yeah, it changed.
You
The
know,
laws-
you're allowed to kill them now. It's
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
It's-
No, I don't
They passed
kill
the law.
him. I'd want to fight you. You lied to me.
You lied to me. You tried to make me gay. Now I need to fight you to prove my
If
my
you
straightness.
if you look at the statistics of trans women that are hurt, killed, whatever, a lot of times it's two things. It's one, it's
Trickery.
they didn't disclose that they were trans and the guy flipped out.
So that's on them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah. No,
that's
no,
what
yeah.
the guy will say. A lot of times the guy will be like, I didn't know. They definitely know. Look, as someone
How do you not know when the pants come off? You know,
Dude,
not seeing there's
You
no
kind of
vagina
know
there. Come
when
on,
you're
dude.
talking to a trans
Dude.
person before you even get that far.
Not
if
always.
you-
Some are good. Some
yeah,
got the
some are
voice
very,
training.
very. Bailey J is very convincing.
Oh, dude, a classic.
Yeah.
Speaking of porn categories, I used to watch, dude, Bailey J
Bailey
back
J?
in the day.
Yeah.
You know, if this is the giveaway. If you're really into me, like really into me,
yeah.
you're a
if
guy.
you like me, you have a penis.
yeah.
No, like it's like anybody who, and I hate to use the term, but like they call them tranny chasers, and I'm not a chaser. I just like what I like. You know, there are people that do that though. There
They're
are men,
specifically into trannies.
dude. I could tell you. So there's this trans girl I know. Her name is Susie Villa. She throws these parties.
Okay.
There's like trans escort parties, but like, you know, they'll like the amount of guys that show up with like hats pulled down so you can't see their faces. Like it's like the last time I went, I remember the exact last time I was like, I'm not doing this anymore. Was Halloween 2019.
Okay.
So I had a show at Brooklyn House of Comedy, and then it was like the night. It was like the week after. It was like the weekend after Halloween, and I was like, I like whatever. I had some money. I was like, let me just go. And I remember it was like the night when the clocks change.
Okay.
So it was this place in the Hell's Kitchen. I go. I'm hanging out, and I'm walking to the place, and I see this like super like young looking Puerto Rican girl. I'm like, that's probably an escort. And I see the guy she's with, and he's like salt and pepper. He's wearing like a blazer with like the elbow patches.
Hell yeah.
And I'm like, this fucker's got a family. He's probably got like a penthouse somewhere. He's probably a doctor or a professor. He lives in Westchester, and here he is on a Saturday night, and he's coming down to fuck some Puerto Rican ladyboy. And like, I was like, I don't want this for my life. I don't. Like, I just can't do this. I was like, that's when I made the decision. I'm like, I'm not doing this no more. Like, if I meet a trans girl and then like we hit it off, I'll be in a relationship with one, but I'm not doing the escort thing anymore. So,
Honorable.
yeah, I was like, I can't do it. But anyway, so the three-way. I go to this hotel room. She's there, whatever, and like out comes another trans girl. She's like, you could have me for $200, or you could have both of us for $300.
It's a great deal.
Hell yeah! I'm like, I get an extra for like I just save $50 to just fuck you, and I get you, who I also like, and I've seen pictures of, for another.
Oh, so you already knew
yeah.
this other
She came out. I
trans
was like,
escort.
oh, I know you.
You can't go wrong there.
Yeah, I was like, fuck yeah, dude, and I did that. It was a great 3-way. It was a good time.
See,
There was another time. One time I do regret. There was one who, like, I'm talking about. She was like high on the list. Her name was Jezebel, and I could never.
she was the belle of the trans ball.
To me, she was.
Okay.
Like, I could never.
You're getting the radiator.
That's actually the sound of her asshole as Stan was fucking it.
That's not wrong, actually. That's exactly what
Get
she
the
farted
sizzle.
after. It sounded like that. There was.
I feel like
That means he cleared it out too.
Oh yeah. There was one time. There was this girl.
You wear a
like,
condom in this situation?
so there's this. Yeah, I always. Yeah, I always.
I
Yeah.
was about to be very concerned for you.
Yeah.
Well,
There's only one time I didn't, and I got a UTI like right away, and I was like,
that sounds about right.
it was the worst. So I always used condoms, but yeah. So there's certain places. There's also message boards involved, guys. There's a lot to this, but like there's certain places around New York where like if you hear like an address or you hear like a cross street, it's like, oh, so and so lives there or so and
There's
so
like a whole
stays there.
community around this.
Yeah, so like
Everyone's
they'll
kinda-
like go from like condo to condo. Sometimes they're like comics. They'll go on the road.
doing my tour.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 Like
I'll be in Tulsa next week.
dude. There's one. Her name is Jennifer Amore, and she on her Twitter she lists her dates. She'll
That
be like, I'll be
rules.
in Phoenix, whatever. It's crazy. I'm telling
Wow.
you, it's the funniest thing.
That's crazy money
Yeah.
you're making then too.
Yeah. So like, she just drives cross country and like fucking dudes, and it's the
She's
best.
living her best life.
Yeah. So this one, her name was Jezebel. There was a condo on 34th and like 2nd Avenue, like Kips Bay, and I went, and again, shy boy. I didn't want to be rude. So she quoted me at, I think it was like $350, and she's like, "What do you want to do?" And I was like, "Well, what do you want to do?" And she's like, I think she sensed right there. She was like, she could take advantage of me, so she jerked me off with a condom, and I paid $350 to
So
get
wait,
a.
you let the prostitute who you're paying money determine what you're gonna do.
Yeah, I didn't want to be.
Because
Like,
you were so starstruck.
not even starstruck. I just didn't want to be rude. You know what I mean?
You're paying her to have sex with you, and that's
Yeah,
your
I know.
job. Wouldn't that be? I don't think that's rude.
It's like to me, like I don't know.
It's an agreement.
Right, but to me, it was like, you know when you go to like a high end restaurant and like the chef,
Yeah.
that's the guy.
Yeah.
He's like, okay, this is how it's supposed to be served. You know, like
Oh, you don't want to send it back.
yeah. I don't want to complain.
I got you. Well, I don't even think that's complaining. That's just you should have just. She said, "What do you want to do?" And you had suggested something. She said, "I'm not comfortable with that." That'd
Yeah,
be one thing.
that's good. That's a good point.
But you should have at least floated the idea of what you want.
I think I was a little starstruck. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think I was a little bit starstruck.
You're allowed to ask,
Yeah.
and they're allowed to say no. You
Yeah.
know, and then that's
Yeah.
how it works.
That's probably the only regret I've ever had, paying
your
that much
entire
money.
life.
Well, in terms of in that sphere of things that
In
I've
terms
done.
of trans prostitution,
Yeah.
which is a large portion of your
Yeah,
life, like
yeah,
5% of your life.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, the amount of money I've spent on trans escorts or escorts in general. One time they get my money back.
Ooh.
How'd you accomplish that one?
It was okay. So it was somewhere in Jackson Heights. She took.
That was her name.
Yeah, Jackson Heights was her name. It was me and my cousin, and she was like, She wanted to have sex with both of us, and I was like, I'll do one at a time, because look, I don't mind having sex with somebody else in the room, even if it's another guy, but not if we're related. That's
Yeah,
where I draw the
that's
line.
a lot.
So I went first, and then he went, and I was in the car, and then when he was wrapped up, he texted me, and we paid, and then I was like, you know what? I'll be honest with you, I wasn't comfortable with your cocaine use, and she was like, what? And I was like, yeah, I think
You were unprofessional.
yeah, I was like, yeah, I was like, I didn't really enjoy the experience. And then my cousin was like, what are you talking about? And I was like, no. I didn't have a great time. And she gave me $100 back.
So in that case, you weren't worried about offending her because you felt
No, because I already had
justified.
sex.
Oh, so
We had already had
all that
sex.
nervous energy
Yeah.
was out of you.
Yeah.
Mm. That's pretty good.
That's the first time I've told that story. Holy shit.
That's just, I feel like I'm usually more polite after.
Yeah, I'm like grabbing you a towel.
I'm generally polite throughout, but like at that point, I was like, well, what's the worst that could happen? She could say no, and I could just walk away without my money. But because to me, it's not even the sex really. The excitement, the rush is the doing it, the getting.
Yeah,
the
that
escort.
you're doing this kind of like illegal taboo
It's
thing.
illicit, yeah.
Something bad might happen.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I've told this story. I might have told you this story before. Like I had the first time I auditioned for New York Comedy Club. It was a Saturday. The night before, I was so nervous. I went to one of these trans parties, and I was like, I need to find some. I need to do something, blow off some steam, get my mind off of it. So I went to this trans party, and so there's this place called Evolve. It's on 58th between 1st and 2nd, I think, and they do. It's a gay bar normally, but they have trans parties like on Friday nights or whatever, or Saturday nights. I can't remember. But I went and I told myself I'm not saying no to anything. So they take you. There's a back part where there's almost like a patio, and you can get a lap dance or whatever. So the couple girls take me to get a lap dance, and I come back, and I'm like, this one girl was like, she's like, do you wanna come back to my condo? I was like, yeah. She's like, well, it's gonna be with me and my boyfriend. And I was like, okay. And I think she was waiting for me to say no, and I was like, no, let's do it. So she takes me to the back to meet her boyfriend, and he's like, I don't even think they were together. I think she was just trying to scam both of us. And she grabbed my hand and put my hand in his crotch. I'm like, listen, lady, we're either doing this or we're not. I don't know. Stop wasting time.
There's no foreplay here.
She was trying to play like gay chicken with you, and you were like, I'm not moving.
I'm not moving. I'm like, and I think so. He realized what was happening, and he was like, nah, I'm good. And I'm like, all right, more for me. So she takes me back to her condo. It was somewhere in Hell's Kitchen, and she was Asian. Her name was Goddess Ling. You can look her up.
Was she trans?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Which I think helped, because then in my brain her dick wasn't that big, but it was.
You felt mighty.
Yeah, but it was the first and only one of a couple times that I took it. Yeah.
From the smaller penis.
Yeah, thank God. So we get to her hotel or whatever, her apartment, and she pulls out this big Macy's bag, this brown paper bag full of sex toys, right? And she strips me down. She takes what looks like a shoestring and ties my nuts, ties around my nuts.
That seems unpleasant.
Yeah, I don't know why. I wasn't gonna say no.
You were being too polite.
Yeah, I was. It was like whatever you want to do, lady.
You're a good boy.
Yeah, thank you. So then she blew me, which actually felt pretty good.
With the shoelace?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
Did that add to it, or
I
separately
think so.
of the shoelace? Okay.
I think because of the blood.
Maybe attention.
Yeah,
Ooh,
maybe.
okay.
Yeah.
Like a weird cock ring.
Yeah, I'm not into bondage at all. But I was like, okay. So then she cuffed me, and then she put a ball gag in my mouth, and
That's a lot.
pushed me onto the bed. So now I'm on the bed on my back, and she kind of flips me where my head is hanging off the edge of the bed. She takes the ball gag out, and we start 69ing, which fantastic. After she's had her fun 69ing, she turns me around again. She lifts my legs up, and she starts lubing up my butthole, and she's like, I'm gonna need you to breathe. And I was like, all right. And
This is an insane amount of trust you're putting in this
Listen.
person you just met.
and paid.
You're paying for this
Oh
experience.
yeah. Yeah. And I didn't ask for any of
It was this or rent.
So at this point,
Either way, you're getting fucked.
Yeah,
huh?
right?
Huh? You
Yeah,
got
right?
Regular guy jokes.
Yeah,
Anyway.
It's Eddie Spaghetti special right there. So she was like, "You're gonna have to breathe." She was like, "Your first time, right?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's first time." She's like, "You have to breathe." And I was like, "Breathe," and I'm like, "All right." And then she took her time. She was slow, and I'm not gonna lie, guys, it hurt at first, but once the pain went away, man, I get it. I get why dudes are gay.
Nope. Nope.
It's just there's something.
Nope.
In there,
I
man.
make this up.
There's something in there. I was like, there's something to
There's
it.
a button.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's
you got your prostate. Back
Yeah, yeah. And I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, prostate.
Yeah.
I don't know about prostate, but I am prostate. Trump 2020.
Hey, there you go.
Anyway, but we are out of
Oh, we
time.
should-
The
we should-
camera's gonna
yeah.
run out of shit.
Oh, okay.
Chris, where can people see you?
You can follow me on Instagram at Chris Warren Comedy. I also do a podcast with my friend Matt. It's called You Should Be Worried Podcast.
Hey.
New episodes every Wednesday. Come check us out.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Where are you going
Subscribe
to be,
to that shit.
Nick?
Where am I got? I got Eastville Comedy Club on this coming Tuesday.
Hey.
This won't be out yet. We got the 14th Comedy Macchiato in Rahway, New Jersey. 16th St. Mark's Comedy Club. The 19th Serendipity Loft. February 11th Applejacks. February 15th I'm going to go to Heat versus Brooklyn. And then February 17th, Nardi's Tavern, Long Beach Island.
Hey, that was a great show. All right. I've got no more Tiny Cupboard, but every other Thursday I'm at Father Knows Best. So you can come out to that. Leap of Faith it's every second Sunday. So the next one is tonight, but then the next one is February 12th. And then the 26th, I'm with Pat Haggerty at Craft House in Staten Island.
Staten Island. Craft House is a good show.
Yeah. So come out to those. Hit us up. Follow us on the Instagram and all that stuff. Follow Nick Cara Comedy, Funny Man Stan, Chris Warren Comedy, guys.
All right. If you want to see our content, find us on the Citizen app. Good night.
Yeah.